5. In the last part, we finished beating all the star droids except for Terra, who we're gonna fight now.
Yeah, get fucked.
We're gonna fight Earth.
I finally destroyed all the space stations.
Oh shit, Mega Man.
No, not all the Caterpie. You fool, Mega Man! You have meddled with my plan for the last time. Actually, I've only meddled with your plan this time.
Oh, it's hair, dude. I love
We
him.
could have built a world for all
He's
robots.
got a saw blade here.
How can I face my
I
master now?
know.
I must redeem myself by blowing you to pieces. Well, you know, if the Archie comics
Oh, that's
are
a little
canon,
suspicious.
if the Archie comics are canon, because this is a canon character who I am referring to, then your master's dead.
Oof.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I died.
Yeah, I died.
For the record,
Alright.
what I'm getting at is Raw Moon from Super Adventure Rockman.
Oh yeah, Ramoon, he got fucking bodied.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah, that whole thing was adapted in the Archie comics.
Oh really?
If you are a Mega Man
That was a
fan, I
spicy-
heavily recommend reading the Archie comics because they're such a good adaptation of the series, even if it only covers the first 3 games and Super
Can we
Adventure
talk about how
Rockman.
you just like dinked on Terra?
Oh yeah, no, you threw rocks at Terra to kill him.
You
Yeah.
literally threw Earth at Terra.
At Earth to
They
kill
pretty
Earth.
much told me. They pretty much told me what his weakness was right away, and bam, I got his weapon already. That's
Yeah,
it. That's the end. I hope you enjoyed the Mega Man World 5 commentary, guys.
What's his weapon? Is it the freezing one, or is it the one that's the beam that fucking juggles? Let's
It's
see. Oh, it's that one. Yeah, yeah. Oh, jeez.
What's it
Fuck.
called?
Oh my.
Spark Chaser. It's a really good weapon.
That's a cool name.
So yeah,
See?
nope, that's it. End of the commentary, guys.
That's found.
Alright, done. Let's go home.
Wait.
I should have defeated all the star droids.
I thought it said steroids.
Steroids.
Steroids, but
What?
SPK.
What's that star?
Droid.
That's not a star.
Wait,
Fucking
it's
guaranteed.
moving. No! It can't be!
It's
Wily?
your boy.
It's your
Uh,
boy.
Guys!
Wait, is that the Death Star? What?
It was Wily all along!
Wait, what?
Wait, is he gonna fucking blow up the planet?
Oops.
Yes.
Oh.
It just leaves.
What if you were about to have the planet you were standing on vaporized, and even before you left, you were like, "Oops, that was close." Boy, I almost fucking died.
What?
He detonated the entire planet. Oh
Glorious.
wow!
Better got a blast.
Yeah, get it,
Hi,
get
I'm
it.
Johnny Quasar.
Get it?
Dude.
Frieza joke?
Friezo.
By the way, I get the Johnny Quasar joke.
Yeah, thanks.
Hey, fuckhead, I'm Johnny Quasar. The big ass head.
Like, that's the fucking prototype name for Jimmy
Yeah, it was
Neutron,
the
right?
demo. Yeah, it was the demo for it.
I think Jimmy Neutron probably sounds better.
Yeah, it sounds a lot better.
It rolls off the tongue well, for one.
Johnny Quasar.
Well, like, as cool as the letter Q is, it's not fucking that cool.
Yeah.
It's like the friend that everybody had in high school just because he was smart.
Man. Yeah.
I didn't have any friends in high school because they were smart.
I love
Maybe
these
it's
little.
because I was the smart one.
Well, it's like if you don't have a gay uncle, you are the gay uncle.
Oh.
That's true.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
Carrie's like, I'm the gay uncle.
So here's the thing. I don't have a gay uncle, but I myself am
Or I
not
thought
an
it was
uncle,
cousin. I
so
thought
I
the stereotype
cannot
was
be
cousin.
the gay uncle.
Not yet, you can't.
Oh,
Whoa.
you know what? I'm gonna take that as wholesome content because that means that my brother's gonna start a family.
That's, yeah, I would could interpret that as they say in Germany, pretty nice.
Oh, that's a very, very, very eloquent
Oh,
term.
speaking of German, by the way, I forgot to mention we have a shmup segment here. So,
Oh, shoot him up there.
I'm ready.
I like how he just moves the mouth like. "Gang, gang, gang, gang."
Except for, instead of going, "Rah," he just shoots a laser out of his mouth. Yep.
And he praise.
Oh my god, did you just fucking whiff all those shots?
A really giant boss.
Oh no, I missed.
Now for the
Oh, it's
record,
like the lasers
and,
that one guy in my Hamtaro game shoots at you in the final match.
Whoa. Whoa.
Still
Who
gotta
sh-
play Ham
lasers at
Heartbreak for
hamsters
y'all.
and why?
And I do want to get out of the way. This space station here, it is called the Wily Star.
Oh, of course. It's big. It looks spherical. It shoots a big laser.
Wily
Oh.
Wily
Very
picked
similar.
the other word in the Death Star name from the one that Eggman picked,
Oh, the Death Egg and the Wily Star. Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
which actually reminds me of the Sonic Mega Man comic crossover. They actually form a they actually build a space station called the Wily Egg.
Not Death Star.
It's just the Death Star.
Oh, the copyright infringement hurts.
This was in
Ouch.
2013. This was in 2013. So did Disney own Star Wars yet?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
get fucked.
When did
Did-
Disney
Disney
buy Straw Wars?
Straw Wars.
I feel like that's fought between scarecrows.
That reminds me. I didn't actually watch Last Jedi. Did the stars finally go to war with each other?
I think they're saving that for the Mandalorian series they're making.
What?
And
what are
Disney
we
buys
talking about?
Lucasfilm
Star
for
War-
$4 billion,
Are we talking-
published 4:11 p.m. October 30th, 2012.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. But no. That like what are you talking about? The new spin-off series, Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
It's time, guys.
I can't believe they're bringing Clone Wars back. I'm so hyped.
Are they actually?
That's been the meme of the century. I think.
Yeah, they're
Is
not
this like
doing
a
Rebel.
new season or
Yeah,
a new
they're not-
series?
No, I think it's a new season because
It's a new
there's-
season. They're continuing the series.
Because
Yeah.
I was gonna say like this would have been the third Clone Wars series. Although I barely remember the one by the Samurai Jack people.
Oh, yeah, that shit was good. It had like fucking Dirge in it, and like General Grievous was a cool guy. I fucking love that one.
I barely remember that series.
I do not.
And I didn't watch.
Any
I didn't
capacity.
watch much of the second Clone Wars series either. I remember it better, but I didn't watch much of it.
Oh, the Cartoon Network one? Dude, the Cartoon Network one is so fucking good.
Both of them were on Cartoon Network.
Well, okay, the more recent one, I suppose.
Well,
Yeah,
if
that's what I meant,
the
second
first one
flavor.
was by the Samurai Jack people, it probably would be on.
Yeah.
Cartoon Network.
But it was so fucking good, and like the last like 2 seasons were really good, and I'm really happy that they're adding another one because I really loved Clone Wars. It was
Oh, I
like
thought you were talking about the Samurai Jack one again.
no. It was one of my like saving graces of me coming back to Cartoon Network after just being like, ew, Cartoon Network's garbage, and then hearing how good Clone Wars was, and I was like, okay, time to
Well,
marathon. And I
yeah.
did.
Speaking of the whole Cartoon Network situation, I want to point out that they confirmed that Gumball is ending soon.
Yep.
And, well, that means that the only pre-2013 Cartoon Network show that's left is Steven Universe.
That was pre-20.
Yeah, I know.
You're right. Yeah.
It's so weird to think about now.
It is because I didn't know about it really until 2014.
Yeah, that's when it started picking up steam, and I don't know, just like
To be
The first
that-
season had like a weird animation style, like
the
like
first season, I'm not a fan of the first season.
that's what I have heard is that the first season, like you should watch it, I guess, but like
Well, I mean, like, yeah, it's like there's a couple plot whatevers, but like, and honestly, this really turned me up of the show until it started really picking up traction because I don't know, Steven just wasn't mature enough for me, like the character. Like
I don't know,
he's that's the thing though. He's like 14, but he acts like he's 7 in the first season.
it's like when I like watch shows, I'm one to watch the entirety of the show. Like people are like I'm really big into Star Trek. I think that's relatively obvious. When people ask me they want to get into Star Trek, I always recommend them the original series first. Even if I don't think they would like it, I think it's important to see it first.
with Pike.
No, with Kirk.
Oh, I thought you meant like the original, like the Star Trek pilot and stuff. Where like
Oh,
Spock is.
that's not super important. I don't think.
I know there's episodes that it has.
I think you should watch it in order of air.
Okay, yeah, that's
In order of error.
Although I think I'm technically not following my rule because I think Deep Space Nine aired before Voyager,
Yeah, I believe it did.
and I think I whiffed big on that one. But I don't want to stop watching Voyager to start Deep Space Nine.
Yeah.
Just
My
because
bad.
that feels a little too spicy.
Yeah, my dad didn't really like. My dad was a big Star Trek fan, and still is. He has a really big Well, I mean, obviously, we're keeping it storage, but he's really big into Star Trek and always has been. His room is just full of Star Trek stuff, and he never really liked Deep Space Nine.
Well, I think Deep Space Nine is a space station,
Yeah,
so it's a little different. I think.
yeah.
I haven't
Alright.
seen it, so I really know very little about it. I know Worf was in it for a while, which is dope because I love Worf.
You know, Worf is the trope namer for the trope where somebody starts being perceived as a lot weaker than they actually are, because starts being perceived as kind of a wimp because keeps getting his ass kicked.
That's not Anchor. What's his name?
That's Anchor.
Oh, that is. Never mind.
Yeah, this
Um,
is Anchor, the first of the Mega Man killers. Technically appeared in Mega Man World 1 for the Game Boy, but since we skipped that game, this is...
So does that mean you're gonna fight like Anchor and Punk and stuff?
Anchor, Punk, and Ballade are all in this game, as well as Quint.
Cool.
Basically, all of the original bosses that were in the previous Mega Man World games are in this game.
That's cool. Because I know they brought the Mega Man killers back in Mega Man 10, was it? The special
Yeah,
stages?
and I want to point out that I will not be playing those special stages in the Mega Man 10 commentary, so I guess you can look at this as making up for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the reason that Worf keeps on getting his ass kicked is because he's supposed to be super tough warrior.
Yeah, they're trying to...
And they kick his ass because it's oh, even Worf got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
They do it too much to the point where it's can Worf even fucking win a
That's-
fight?
That's
Yeah,
the point.
that's-
That's the point. That is the joke. It's called the Worf effect, and honestly, I'd also call it getting Yamcha'd.
Yeah. That happens
Remember when
in,
Yamcha was on par with Goku?
that happens in wrestling a lot.
I mean, that was just in the Emperor
sadly.
Pilaf saga, but still.
And they
It's
call it
interesting.
they call it 50-50 booking, where if there's a really popular wrestler or whatever, and obviously wrestlers have to be posed as threats and stuff because they're fucking wrestlers. 50-50 booking is kind of like a hampering because they win 50% of their matches and they lose 50%. So you can't really get behind someone who you don't know if they're gonna win or lose. And so it's rough vittles.
Anyway, yeah, as I was gonna say, in my case with the with watching a show, I typically choose to watch it all the way through, but I do have exceptions. Like, for example, if the show's fucking Detective Conan, where about 70% of the episodes are filler that have no bearing on the plot whatsoever, and the show's actually over 900 episodes now and still running.
Insane. I do not have that level of commitment to a show.
I don't have that much time in my life anymore. I'll die.
That's completely fair.
I'll just fucking die.
To be fair,
That's
I
okay.
don't think they meant for you to have that kind of commitment, because the show did start in 1996, and I bet they were
Yeah.
mostly having in mind that you just started watching it there and watched every episode weekly.
That's a
Yeah,
bit more
because
reasonable.
half an hour every week is easy peasy.
Speaking of which, that's
Yeah.
about as many episodes as Pokemon has now, too.
That's
Yeah,
a good
Pokemon
point.
has a lot of
To be
episodes.
fair, though, Pokemon is actually separated into multiple series.
Although, some series you should watch first.
Each generation is its own series, with the exception of Generation 2, which shares a series with Generation 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have to watch Gen 1 before Gen 2.
Yeah, I mean,
And
again,
Gen 3, actually.
Gen 3 is...
Because the beginning of the first half of the first season of Gen 3, they reference Gen 2. How
Oh.
he purposely left all of his Pokemon behind.
Right. They carried right off the heels of Generation 2, but everything else, and I mean Generation 4 did that a little bit, and then they started entering soft reboot territory Generation 5 onward.
You could probably you could probably watch Gen 3 without Gen 1 and 2, but I don't recommend it, but also I've mentioned that
Pokemon is a very.
I watch everything before I watch whatever.
Technically, you can jump in Pokemon anywhere you want because it's a very episodic series.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll continue on into the Wily Star next time on Smashing Games.
Next time on Smashing Games, maybe a conversation where Carrie can add something.